if you do meet somebody, you've got like 18 months, like honeymoon period, maybe if you're lucky, 3 years, where everything's great. But after a while, you take your eye off the ball. The guy doesn't make much of an effort anymore. The woman doesn't make much of an effort anymore. Sex becomes less of a priority, and the guy gets frustrated. And what do? What do us men do? We've got two choices, haven't we? Generally, most men are cowards. So you're not going to sit your partner down, your girlfriend, your fiance, or your wife. You're not going to sit her down and say, look, I want more sex in a relationship. I want us to try new things. I want us to be a bit more kinky, a little bit more 50 Shades of Grey rather than the colours of the rainbow. You know what I mean? You know, you can say to girl, look, I want to thank you and spank you, if that's your kink. Most guys are too scared, and they're cowards. They're not going to have that conversation with their partners in the West. They might do in the East because they're older, so they think that they can just play mind games. And they can say, oh, I'm going to train her. But in the West, you haven't been able to have that conversation because you haven't had the courage to do it. Most relationships, if they break down, are financial, because that's just a fact. Relationships end because of financial pressures. And secondly, it's infidelity. Apart from that, it's a well-known fact that men and women in relationships, after a while, when it goes stale, problems occur when there's a lack of communication. Guys are too scared to ask for what they want because they're made to feel dirty or weird or kinky, or they're just worried about, they'd rather go and talk to their mates down in the bar about it, but they won't come home and have a conversation with their partner about it because they're worried that she's just going to explode. And a lot of women that are open-minded, they don't feel free to be open-minded and maybe have a more kinky relationship with their partner because women are worried about how they're judged. They might be very kinky themselves, but they're not going to admit it to their friends or their family.